Greetings, all my dreamers and dreamettes. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, like and share this episode. We got a lot to talk about this morning. Healing energy goes out to all the victims over the weekend that got caught up in gun violence. And I also want to send some healing energy to the parents of that 13-year-old girl that got abused in the park. And currently, they haven't found the guy. We've seen a sketch picture of him, but I just want to send some healing energy out to those families and all families dealing with trauma and hurt right now. These are the people that need it the most. So I just wanted to send some healing energy as we start this show. Shouts out to all the content creators, just keeping your mind right and just getting up your content, putting your footage out there so you can do what you got to do, live your life the right way. And yeah, we're gonna get this thing started. So what's up, y'all, man? It's a lot I had a great weekend. This weekend was my grandmother's birthday. I'm so blessed to still have her in my presence and still have her around, and I can always take care of her and love on her. So I'm just happy that her 94th birthday, God bless her, to my grandmother and everybody out there. It was a great Father's Day weekend. For all the fathers out there, you got to keep that good father's energy. It's sad that we still have violence on Father's Day, but still, for the ones that stood by their families and earned that title of being the best father in the world, congratulations to you guys. Much love. Good vibes as always. Big ups, big ups, big ups, big ups. Good vibes to all my Bajans out there. Good vibes to all my Jamaicans, Trinis, Guyanese. Love everybody around the world. So here we go, man. Today's episode, we got a lot to talk about. So I want to start this thing off with Taylor Swift, man. Could everybody give Taylor Swift a round of applause? Over the weekend, I was watching something, and it came across with Taylor Swift. She gave her whole crew on the tour, her whole crew, all the crew members, $100,000. Now that right there goes to show how she takes care of her people. In these times, it's how you take care of your people is how your outlook and how people are going to be looking at you. Now she even gave that $100,000 to the tour bus driver, and I say that to say this. Going back to the Diddy situation, Diddy's bodyguard said that Diddy paid him $70,000 a year to bodyguard Diddy's life. Now, you mean to tell me for $70,000 a year, you feel that that guy that's going to guard your life after you had the problems in the West Coast, problems all around the world, and the things that you cause and the money you make, you could only pay $70,000 to the guy that guards your life? That's what I'm talking about. These are the things that you guys got to wake up and see. The people, how they treat you. And that's the same thing I said, look at this. The people that we think that's supposed to be the ones, that they say the ones that's, they are jerking people and they're doing this. It's not them. It's the people, the gatekeepers like the Diddies and things like that they're very greedy. Yeah, they have billions and billions of dollars. That doesn't mean that you're going to get of it, or they're going to be generous with their money to do the right thing with their money. Taylor Swift gave each one of her crew members $100,000. Now, I'm pretty sure her bodyguards are well compensated as well. They're not risking their life, or she's not putting them in danger, or go get this person, go get that person. No, these are the people, these are the real artists that do the right thing. So when you hear these guys talking about, oh, this is my bodyguard, or he's doing this for me, they're not even paying those, compensating those people, and they want those people to extend their arms and do the world for them. Or if somebody's coming after them, they want them to jump out and be the most bulletproof person in the world, but still they're not even paying them the right amount of money so they can live their life. Honestly, I feel like the bodyguard should be right under the same type of living as the artist, because that's the responsibility that a bodyguard carries, to even take up with somebody, especially in the hip-hop industry where anything can happen at any time. And you're only paying your bodyguard $70,000 a year? Just because he didn't go to school or whatever the case may be. He's guarding your life. A lot of people are greedy. So you got to be careful in these times for greedy people. And just shouts out to Taylor Swift for just doing and treating your people right. A lot of people, they say, a lot of negative things about the people in the industry that's really doing good for people. So I really wanted to make sure I got to that Taylor Swift and just let you know, all the talk that you be hearing about these artists, how they do this and do that, it's the ones that you don't really have to question. that's actually taking care of the folks behind them. It's always in hip hop that it's going to be a problem with the people that's coming up behind you, or it's going to be some kind of money issues. But if you really take a look at it, it's not really, it's the person. It's actually the person. It's usually the person that's, being greedy or not taking care of the people around them. And that's why it all trickles down. You could tell that from that point on, they're not even taking care of their baby mother, their family. Everything is about greed. They only pinching here and trying to just give people just enough so they can stay with them. It's just not right. And I also heard that talking about Diddy, that he gave his key back over the weekend. I never really took the key to the city or any of those type of things serious. It's not really an achievement where you can see that the reason why they got the key or is there a way to earn the key. It's just something that I guess the more popularity you have, you know, and they take out of it, they give you the key. But to me, that's all just fake stuff. It doesn't say anything. It's just something you could hang on your wall, maybe. But if you tell you the truth in these times, get your own key, make your own key. You are your own key to the city because you control the things that represent you. So Diddy giving the key back, it really didn't say too much to me. I didn't even pay any much attention to that. I'm hearing that behind the scenes with the Diddy, they're building, the case is building, and it's soon to be, the case is soon to, they're going to pull it up, and we're going to hear a lot more information soon. So I'm just looking at it like all these things are little distractions, but we can't hide past the fact of who that person is and how he treated people is the reason why he is being looked upon like this today. It's disgusting, and no matter what, I would never ever look at somebody like that, of a person that's, of high stature, because he's not really, he's of low stature. No matter how much money he has, money doesn't make you who you are. So I just wanted to cover that with the Diddy, and I'm so disappointed that they didn't catch the guy that did that to the 13-year-old in the park. I'm very disappointed. I'm hoping that somebody could do something. They say he has like a big tattoo on his chest of like this. It's like a boar hog or something like that on his chest. It looks like to me, and just me just looking at the sketch picture that they drew, it looks like this might be an immigrant situation, and this has been going on where people are just coming here and committing these crimes, and being that they don't have their papers right, or they're not from here, it's kind of like they're just getting a slap on the wrist, or they're just running and hiding and just disappearing out of, and like poof in the sky and go somewhere else and try to do their crime and stuff somewhere else. It's sad out here. It's very sad. I'm just hoping that she gets justice, and I'm hoping that she finds the strength to get back to the person that she once was. Because when somebody does that or something like that to you, or to somebody in your family, they never ever turn out to be the same way that they was left before that situation. So that thing right there, it stays on my mind how people are committing these crimes, and a lot of kids are being they're the ones that's being the victims. Such an early age, they're the ones that's being the victims, and it's kids violating kids and kids violating. It's just so much things going on. Recently, I heard Cardi B. She was speaking on. I love Cardi B. She was speaking on how they were looking to send like the 18, I believe 18 to 26 or something like that, to recruit them for war. But the way the government is looking at this thing is that all these crimes, if they can get groups of people that's committing these crimes out of these neighborhoods, they know that we can get back to a place where the crime is going to be not there. And there's only one thing I don't like about the recruitment and pushing people to go to the army. The army, I find there's a lot of people that come out of the army that they don't have their mental right, and the things that they see, the things that they do, it's the army is just a badge for what's going on in this mental health situation. Because even if you take these kids and put them into the army, a lot of people that come back from the army, they suffer with mental health issues, and that's going to pour on into the society when their communities when they come back. So I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know what's going on, but I'm definitely with Cardi on that one. It does. In this generation, the way it looks like, this generation is not going to be the ones that's going to, I feel like it's going to be the next generation after, just because social media was put upon this generation so strong that all they can see is the social media and things. They don't have like a reference of how it used to be because they wasn't here. So if all they know is the social media, when you pull these things away from these people, It's going to be hard for them to even hard for them to even get ahead. Because when you think about it, I believe this generation needs to make a whole lot more money in these times than we had to make in our times growing up because of just the things that's put upon them. And not only does that make it a mental stress or a hard way to grow up and live, there's no money out there for these people that they can, no amount of money out there for these people that it can be sustainable, where they can sustain their growth during adulthood. It's no amount. It's just like random splurts of money coming from here and there. I give you guys an example. I know that there's bad crime and there are bad criminals out there right now, because for those who don't know, but if you open up a bank account, right? If you're opening a bank account, when you start making tens of thousands, not hundreds of dollars, but when you start making tens of thousands, when you put your first 10,000 in to open up that bank, the feds, they looking into all, they look through all your stuff. Every 10,000 they have eyeballs on what you put into the bank these days. So this is I'm just giving you a tip on to show you that the money that these kids or these people are making, they're not even putting it in banks. If it's any money that's illegal, they're not putting it in banks. So it's really being spent and given back to the people that stole it from, just in a different form. Whether you buy something from somebody or you just spend the money just aimlessly, the money that is going to return. So what happens is, because when you put it into the bank, the Fed's going to ten. Remember what I said, $10,000 or more. They're going to be looking into to make sure that you. It's a business that you're getting this money from, making sure that everything about you is clean. Because in these times, that you see a lot of these crimes, they're federal crimes, they're scamming, and all of these bunch into one. These are big time. So if you're not doing the right thing for your money, eventually you're going to get caught, and then you end up in these places where you don't want to be. So I just wanted to let you know that. So when you start making money at a certain point where the money is coming in, is flowing in, and you're stacking it and you put it into the bank, just make sure that money is legit, because you don't want to get yourself caught up where you make this whole bunch of money and it's snatched away from you. Not only could it's harder to get back to where you once was, but it's going to stop you. It's going to just stop your growth in anything. If you end up in prison, it's going to stop your growth. You're not going to be able to make it in these times. You know, back in the days, people came out of prison and they changed their life. But in these times, we don't know what's yet to come. We can't tell you if you get out of prison, things are going to be the same. If you go to jail for all these amounts of years, things are going to be the same. Look at the life we're living in today. Things are changing so quickly and rapidly. We don't know if from prison they can send you straight to the army. We don't know how they're going to do it. Because I know it's going to become a point where it's going to be an overpopulation of prisons. People can't fit in the prisons because so many people getting arrested. Is either they're going to be building more prisons, or they're going to be shipping these people to places we don't even know. They could probably use the prisoners as lab puppets or lab testing. We don't know what they're going to be doing in the future. So just keep yourself away from the crime and just try to build on your goals and think about the things in your life that can keep you strong and sustainable as a human being, because it's all about your health and it's all about the people that's around you. And all your mental health is first, but your physical health, everything else comes with it too. So when I say health, I mean everything, not just your mental, but the mental is the main thing that keeps the body going, you know? So that's what I wanted to bring that to you guys as well. What else? Oh, we saw the fight. Well, I didn't think that Tank was gonna lose in this one. To be honest with you, I've never really seen like it's very rare that a boxer, if his father was a champion, or if his father reached a certain point and his son comes in, it's very rare that you see the son catch up or outlast or pass his father's achievements. And I believe that Frank, his father, is more of a haggler. And Hagler, I used to love Hagler, man. Hagler, he was a beast. He had like these piercing eyes, and he's from Detroit. But he just did his son didn't show any. I just knew Tank was gonna beat him. I felt like the first couple of rounds, Tank was just like filling him out. And once Tank started to realize, okay, he's a little up on me on scoring and points or some, that's when he started to take over the fight. So congratulations to Tank, man. he's like he's one of my favorite boxers in these times, as far as in the lightweight division. And yeah, man, it was a hell of a fight. He always puts on a great show, and I'm happy that he won. I don't want to see Tank lose. I want to see Tank take it to where he wants to take it all the way to the top. So shouts out to Tank, man. Tank is the best. And Frank, there's always space for you in boxing, but if I was you, I would start and pace myself and don't go up against the biggest of dogs, and pace yourself, and then you make your bones in the boxing, and then put it into something else, and get out of there. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. So if you guys are in here right now, make sure you like this live, like it up. I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys, man. I'm just spreading that good energy for you guys, letting you know that there's somebody out there that's just straight focused, and I'm not just focused on money. I'm focused on building a brand and doing something for my people out there, and just the people out there who believe and dreamers and believe in good people. That's what I'm here for, man. All my good people out there, y'all should be in this live right now. Also, you know what I've seen too? I wanted to talk to you guys about Kodak Black. Um, wow. So there's a YouTuber saying that Kodak Black, he tried to steal his Richard Mille watch, and he has him on camera. He has Kodak on camera trying to steal his watch. Look, listen. What I want to say is, before we even get into just the whole watch stealing, because I already told you about these watches. I love watches myself too, but it's just I don't put everything on camera. Everything ain't for everybody. But are these rappers making what they're making? Why do I won't? If this is true allegedly, why you're risking stealing a Richard Mille watch from somebody, and that's gonna have you, not only it could mess up your career, it could have you arrested, and it could put you back into the law enforcement's hands, and just for a watch. This is what I'm talking about. Don't put all of this value and looking up to the watches and jewelry and all of this and that. If you can't afford it, why are you going out there and steal it? People think in these times that stealing is like the thing to do when you can't get something. That's not worth it. Stealing or take it from somebody work hard for their stuff. Why would you go out there and try to steal it? Whether you're a rapper, whatever you are, you can do better than that. Don't go out there and take somebody's prized possession. That's the reason why I don't get up with none of that nonsense with this Richard Mille, this and that. And that's no disrespect to any companies of these watches. But it's just the light that hip hop puts on this jewelry that makes people feel like the jewelry is worth more than the human being. It's very sad out there. What is that about? You gonna go steal somebody's watch? For what? You could earn, don't you make money on your shows and things like that? You could put money together to get a watch. This is the same shiny stuff that got Sean Kingston out there like a fool. Because he's stealing every jeweler that lend him or rent him some piece of chain. He don't want to give it back, like he fall in love with it, and he trying to run and look. You guys, you gotta understand. I've worked in the diamond district. A lot of this jewelry that these people have are not the best class diamonds, and some of them are not even diamonds at all. So people think that the shinier it is, the realer it is. That's not necessarily true. Fake diamonds have, some of those fake diamonds that they're making in these times have more shine than an actual diamond. So people are out there risking their life and walking around with something on that they think is real, and somebody else is going to come and beat them down for it or steal from them. Just like how the lady that wearing the 18 karat chain, that the guy in the Bronx, he in Harlem, excuse me, they ripped it off her neck. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's either the kids don't have no respect and no morals to say, that's an elderly person, or that's somebody older than me, I have to have respect. No, they just going and take because they don't know no better. I don't know who to blame in these situations. Yes, the kid is, I would say, 70% to blame, but I also I gotta give some blame to their parents too, as well as the people around them, and the influence of those people it's the bad music that they're listening to. They think there's something after this. I can't even see myself wearing anything stolen. I can't see myself doing that. How could you walk around with somebody else's stuff on you feeling like, and you didn't even earn it? If you didn't earn it, you know how fast it is. That's gonna make it disappear. You're not gonna be able to keep that. You have to earn something to cherish it. But people, they go on in life and they're just going on with this I don't care, and that mentality. If you think about it, if that's your mentality that you don't care, picture if everybody had that mentality, you would start caring. You'll be scared. If the world had that mentality, we'd all be in trouble. And that's the reason why you see other people coming coming in America and doing what they want, because they realize, wait, we don't even respect each other. So if they come over here, they can do whatever they want. Think about it. You see people coming from all of these foreign places, and they come over here, and the first thing that they come and jump into is crime. Because when they come here, they realize that it's not as easy to make the money that they expected, and it's not in Manhattan. There's no money in the streets, and there's no yellow brick road. And then what happens is, from what they see, the outlook that they see crime happening, people taking what they want, so they jump into that. And then what does that do? It makes every borough, every place that's in your city, every city around you, it starts lowering. People start moving out. Look at Chicago. 38 people shot over the weekend. 38. So that means over the weekend, if we put it all in general, more than 100 people got shot. If you include Chicago and all these places. So you got to really think about the guns and the gun violence, how it's so high, and it's sad because people want to enjoy themselves. But like I tell you, if you don't know 60% of those people in the gatherings you go into, you put yourself in trouble because you're drinking, having a good time, and all of a sudden somebody over there can't handle their liquor and they got a gun and he got a gun, you looking good and they trying to impress you. Now two of those people shooting at each other, party done. It's the same story. It's the same story. Everybody wants to enjoy themselves, but nobody wants to risk their life enjoying themselves. That's the thing it's sad out there. You can't you just all often in these times you could tell that if there was like a highlight over a party, you'll see how many people in that party has guns on them. You probably wouldn't even want to stay. You probably wouldn't even want to stay. I can't enjoy myself. I love myself too much to go out there and put myself in a position where somebody, just because they're beefing with that person, that I can be killed from a stray bullet. No, no, I have too much to live for. Some of these people, they didn't haven't lived yet, so they're just running and trying to get all they can get, and the stuff that they're getting, it's meaningless. It's not even worth anything. It's not even worth anything. How you treat people, how people treat you, the people around you. How do you love people? Everybody loves different. How do you love people? Do they when you love somebody, do they give that love back to you? If they don't, then maybe you love them incorrectly. Maybe you're pushing too much of your love on somebody that doesn't even care 2 cents about you. Be aware of what you're doing in these times. You can discover and have a good time without having to be in everybody's face. That's what I'm trying to tell you, people. Don't go out there. You see, it's two different ways of having a good time. There's one way that it looks on social media. The social media way of having a good time, you see a whole bunch of people in the background and everybody's just taking their flicks, this and that. That's one way. It's actually the fake way. Then there's the real good time. You having a good time so much that you can't even tape. And then after you might upload a couple, things from your party. But you're not in the midst of, because you're missing out. You're missing out. You're not paying attention. You're in your phone. I dropped a new animation, you guys. I dropped it last night at 12 o'clock, and it's called The Cohort City. And it made me think, and I wrote it out, and I went to, this is how I do it. I write it out. I get my ideas. I write it out. I make sure everything is clean. I go to Chat GPT and I make sure that everything, it has like it's plot. Just making sure everything is copacetic. Once I have that and I can read it out, that's when I start putting in my work on the animations. And that the animations is the part that takes a very long time. So I did it. It's a real good, I put in the playlist. You guys can check that out after. But it covers the same thing. Like, what would happen to the world if we was just all taking, and then one day another blackout happens, and We can't use none of our electricity, none of our electronics and tech, all the technology that was given to us. We can't use it. What will we do? Are we gonna stick together then? So if we're gonna stick together then, why not do that now? There's so many things that we can achieve and accomplish if we stick together. But once I'm telling you, look at the politics. People don't really know who to vote for, and some people is not really even voting at all. And you can't really get mad at people for that because there's a life to live. People don't see themselves waking up in 9 to 5 every single day anymore, and taking their mental stress and their mental issues is pulling them down, while that company that doesn't care about them is growing. People want to grow their own business. That's what I'm here to tell you guys. I worked the corporate. I worked in these places, and then I said to myself, I have to start working on myself. That's how I made it to this point. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my entire life. Just there's more things out there than just making music and doing the hip hop thing. Hip hop it's a good thing to keep on the side, but at the same time, it's hard to keep a strong foundation when everybody's grabbing at every doing what everybody's doing. It's hard to do that. You gotta pick up for yourself. You gotta do for yourself and strengthen yourself as a person. And you start realizing anything you're looking for, love, that love will find you. Anything you're looking for, when you feel good as a person, it will find you. I have so many things that's happening. You guys like this? This was given to me by somebody very, 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 very special. Look, it's my energy changed, but yeah, man. Just try to find yourself in a place where you're comfortable with being you and who you are. If you have to start changing yourself or start fixing yourself to fit this certain, then you're probably in the wrong place. Probably in the wrong place. What else we got going on? Let me see something. I know. I feel the same way. I feel like hip hop. It's. They say culture. I say cult. Hip hop became a point. It became to a point where there's people in there that I love, and then there's people in there just doing a whole bunch of nonsense. The people that I love, I like to push them to the side, and I listen to their stuff separately. The people that's just doing the nonsense, just the microwave music. I try not to get into that stuff. It's not. It doesn't stick to my heart. It doesn't. I can't relate to none of that stuff, and I can't form any similarities within their music and the things that I'm doing. So I kind of find myself in a place where I'm just certain artists that I listen to, and certain artists that just are leading the culture, and some artists that I just loved in the past that I can't stop listening to. So that's what I'm up to as far as my playlist. I have to give you guys my playlist. I'll give you guys my playlist Wednesday because I didn't start anything yet. It's early. It's Monday, so usually I let you know. But I believe what's the last thing out? The last things I didn't really listen to a lot this week. I'll wait till Wednesday to give you guys my playlist. I have never watched the Mr. Beast video. I just see him. They say he's like the king on YouTube. I'm not. Whenever people put those titles, I know there's a lot of business involved, so I never really tuned into him. But I'm pretty sure, congrats to him, being on YouTube. You can never knock people. People are put in position for different things. But as far as this industry, man, for the ladies out there, you see the things that's coming up with the Diddy situation. You see Dream is going through it. I also seen the boxer, the heavyweight boxer. He had some domestic problems. Or Deontay Wilder with his baby mother. And you see more and more. You see these situations popping up because there's a lot of people in the industry that the little bit of power that they had, being that they couldn't extend it on the people in the industry, they took the power that they earned from themselves and they went back home and they were being monsters to their family, monsters to the people that didn't, that were under them, that they felt like they were under them, the people that were behind them. So there's a lot of people right now that's just trying to cover up image, and yeah, it's not looking good for a lot of people. But if you was a good-hearted person from the beginning, why would you have to worry? Why would you have to worry? Why would you even have to worry? This right here, before we go any further, this episode is brought to you guys by Inspired by Dreams. Clothing. And if you want to support the brand, it's Inspired by Dreams. That's three Z's on the end of dreams dot shop. And I'll leave the link after this this live is over in the bottom. Just in the bottom area you guys could link up, or it's in my bio, you could just link my the website. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hold on. I want to chat with you all today. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, okay, okay. We got a question. Why do rich people take? Why do rich people take? Um, you know what it is? I don't think that it's just that rich people take. I think what it is that okay, so let's start with how'd you get the money to become rich? That's where it all starts. So I wouldn't want to say just every rich person takes, okay? But how you got the money is how you're gonna sustain it. So let's just say that you got the money from the lotto. Well, if you got the money from the lotto and you didn't work to get the money, and you're spending because you're this the first time you having money, and you realizing that you don't have any other means of getting more money or bringing whatever you spent or making that back, most likely you're going to crash. You're going to find yourself in a place where you can't spend anymore, and you're going to use the popularity that that money brought you. People saying, "Oh, that's the guy with that amount of money," or he still has this, because they don't know how much you have. You'll use the little bit of popularity that you have to gain from people, because people feel like, when you have a certain amount of money, you know something they don't know, or you're doing something they're not doing. So that's what. Then you have the selfish type of person where, like a Diddy. Diddy is a billionaire. Yes, he was a billionaire. But the reason why Diddy took from people, he took their publishing. He took the things that will sustain him in the future if he spent all his money today. And that's what makes him take. Now there's a lot of rich people that do a lot for people, that help people out too, because there's a lot of rich folks that people, they might not necessarily come from poverty, and they might not necessarily have a place to give back to, but they give their money into like health and medicine and things like that. The only thing that really ticks me is when people put their money into politics. It's like throwing your money into streaming. You don't know where it's going, just to say vote for them. That stuff is like, that always like was weird to me. But when you're putting your money into health or things like that, then you're all right. Because I feel like, there's two types of rich. There's a rich. You could be a rich, like hip hop shows the person like a Kanye West, where he's rich and he's just walking around like an a-hole, or Diddy abusing his power. But there are a lot of good-hearted people that became rich, and they felt like, giving back was something that they had to do because of the way they came up, and they extend themselves. And it's sad that we don't really necessarily see those people every single day, because we're living in times where people are trying to hold on to the little bit they got or the lot they got. I don't know, man. That's a really great question. Why do rich people take? Ah, you know, I could only tell you, because I'm not rich. So I can only tell you from a standpoint where, looking at rich people, the ones that take from people, they don't come from a structure where they needed the money anyway. They usually it's usually money that, they didn't work hard for, and those are the people that they don't really have a sense of even earning. They just want to use that, and they're just living their life, and they're doing what they can, and like it's like, I won't say rich, but I would say, like, look at the scammers. They scam people. They don't care what age they are, and they just scam people. You can be the elderliest person, and they just scam you for the last bit of money you have. And it's because their focus is not on the person. Their focus is on themselves. When you have that selfish mentality, you can do things that you would never find yourself doing, just being selfish. I was never raised to be selfish. I have a brother, and from when I was small, sharing was always a thing. Sharing is care. It's things that you grow up knowing that if you had a little bit more than your friend had, because his household was a little messed up, you kind of offer him something, or try to be a good friend to people. I always grew up like that. That if the person next to me didn't have as much, maybe I split it with him or my brother or just the people that I considered that was friends around me. So it's something, man. Selfish people. It's rooted from when from a young age, how you grew up, baby. You growing up, people was taken from you, taken from your family. People feel a lot of people out there drained, and they feel that people have did things to block their dreams. I don't when you grow up and you get the right mentality, you start to realize nobody can block what God has for you. God saves you from the things that He doesn't want to put you through. So just being rich doesn't really say anything in this world for somebody. It's not a title that just, if you just said, I'm rich, it doesn't describe really who you are. Anybody could become rich. It's how you got rich. What are you doing to sustain your legacy, your name, and how are you helping people? A lot of people in these times are scared to help people because they feel like they don't have another leg to stand on how they got their money. So very great question, man. Shout outs to you for that question, man, because that's gonna make me think. I'm the type of person I will write that down and I'll start looking into it. I'll go deep. Trust me, I'll go deep. We might revisit that question. Um, I don't know. I just always felt like I wanted to, like, I'm always into like helping people. I'm the type of person, and I'm pretty sure you guys maybe like this too, or know somebody like this. Like, I'm the type of person, I like to help people so much so that sometimes that I don't look for the help myself, and everybody needs a little bit of help. And I have my peoples telling me, no, you need some help. No, you put your money into this for yourself. Do it for you. So yeah, I understand. But I seen something different coming up. I seen something beyond the money. I seen something beyond just being better than somebody. I've seen people in hospital beds. I've seen close people to me pass away. I've seen people that I once knew take another person's life and can come back from it and end up in themselves in jail for the rest of their life. I've seen people that I love turn on other people that I love. I've seen it from a different angle. So my intake on how I look at life is completely different than a person out there that's and not to say that that stuff, because I'm be honest with you, all that stuff made me stronger. Like, I started making money out of nowhere after, when I really got my mind together. It's when your mind is scattered and you don't know what's going on. It's like punching in the wind, man. It's like punching in the wind. Just to have something you own, have something that you can grow and build, and you enjoy growing it, is the greatest feeling in the world. Trust me. I might not make the most money on my clothing brand, but I make a little something enough for me to say here and help my family, and enough to just put back into my clothing. And I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. That's not people in hip hop, they don't like the word humble. They don't like that word humble, because humble is a godly word. It's like, what would God do? And when you humble yourself, you start to see people for who they are too. That's the part they're missing out. That's why they can't see clearly on the person that's coming next to hurt them. Because they're just so busy just wanting to get, take, next song, not realizing, man, 10 songs back, if you had mixed that down right, that could have been the biggest jingle of your whole career. But being that you're just so quick, you're missing out on the things in life that's really worth it. Let me see what else y'all talking about over here. Let me see. Happy Pride Month. What's your gayest fantasy? What's my gayest fantasy? A gay fantasy. I'm not gay, but I guess a gay fantasy. I had a threesome already. So two chicks. Threesome I had. I don't really have any gay fantasies. But Happy Pride Month, I got a few. I got a few gay friends. I could say they're friends. They're cool people. And Happy Pride Month, man. The gay community doesn't have it easy. I tried to put myself in other people's shoes. They don't have it easy either. So you gotta always big up everybody that's. If you're true to yourself, I don't know. But I'll tell you. Let me see. What fantasies do I have? Yeah, I did a lot, you guys. Um, fantasies. I don't want to just splurt out my fantasies right here, but when it comes to like sexual stuff like that, hmm. Mm, it would probably be the person who I sleep with. Like if I don't know, probably the person I sleep with. Usually, if I'm really into a person, they're gonna always get my best performance when it comes down to sex. They'll always get my best performance. So I'm gonna love on them and I'm gonna give them my all. Yeah, but what's up with the relationships nowadays, y'all? People's relationships are not even lasting like that. I think it's just because people want what they can't have in these times. Like you see another person, it's gonna be always somebody else is always gonna be pretty or prettier, but you just gotta find yourself to keep your option, and stop digging in everybody else's bag. That's what happened with Drake. I'm hearing like behind the scenes, Drake was sleeping with a lot of you know other people. Like if he likes to sleep with people that's with people. That's not. I don't know. That's not. It's never good, man. Because if you could find something, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Love is love. You can't stop love. I don't really want to question that. I don't really want to. If you're just doing it to go out there and just sleep around, that's not the thing to do. But if you're looking for love and you just happen to get up with somebody and they're in a relationship or married and they feel the same about you, I can't tell you guys not to hook up. I can't do that in these times because love is gonna always pull you in and put you in a place where you never thought you would be. So I can't really. But as far as like sexual fantasies, I don't know. I gotta get some sexual fantasies. I gotta get some new sexual fantasies, you guys. I'm boring. Maybe I gotta get some new sexual fantasies. You think I gotta step my sexual fantasies game up? Cause maybe y'all gonna think I'm weird, but I hate strip clubs. I always hated strip clubs. This is nothing new. I always hated strip clubs. I don't know. It was just a thing for me. Like I'm very selfish when it comes to like sex and things like that. So if I'm okay, so I'm in the strip club. I never got the point where they're like hovering over you. Everybody's going at the same girl. It's kind of like nah. I can't even see myself getting erect in a place like that with other guys around, and it just wasn't my thing. Now if there was a private room or something like that, I'm more into like give me a little massage and a little, you know, a little surprise at the end or something like a happy ending or something. I'd rather that. Like I'm not. I'd rather that. It's more personal. I could do what I gotta do. We can get freaky together. But when it comes to like, especially the strip clubs in these times, oh my goodness, nah, it's a straight mess. It's a straight mess. It's too much. It's too much. But I'll do like a private show. Shoot, why not a private? Let me see what y'all talking about. Yeah, I'm straight. You thought I was gay? Are you dating white guys? Nah, man, I'm straight, man. I'm straight. Y'all thought I was gay? I'm not dating white guys. My preference would be, um, I don't know. When it comes to the ladies, I'm more the okay. When I was younger, the look of a person would be like the one of the biggest things. But the older you get, it's not really just the look. It's all about the person. So I would like somebody that's cool, understanding about the things that I do, like and give me some space for my to do what I do, and also I like a person that could gel with me and match and see the things that I love and the things that I cherish and the things that I look up to. I want them to kind of match that, like respect family, have some morals about you, um, and just I don't mind. I'm the type of person I get real. I'll start loving on my chick, man. I'll be all over her. So I'm not even gonna. I don't know. I'm single, but anything could happen. I like the single life, you guys. What do y'all rather, being single or y'all rather being in a relationship? Male or female, whatever's your choice. I just know I don't ever knock anybody, but what do y'all feel like like is more comfortable for you in these times? I feel like being single is more comfortable for me, but if I would if I do jump into like some type of relationship, I would want it to be somebody that can gel with the things that I'm doing. Knowing that I'm building my clothing brand, knowing that I make content create, just knowing what all that's about before just us locking it down. Let me see what y'all talking about. Mm, He said, haha, no wonder you're single. Nah, man, I've been in a relationship for a long time. Let me see, I've been single for what, like 2 years now. And my whole entire life, I've been in a relationship. Starting from like grade school, I was in a relationship. I could tell you, I was that type, man. And I'm not saying that's necessarily the best thing. I know a lot of people gonna hate on me saying this, but it's not always the best thing to have like having a girlfriend bounce to girlfriend to girlfriend. Sometimes you gotta take a little time for yourself in between, because what happened was with that, I never really got a chance to like dip around again because I was always in a relationship. And the minute I got out of that, and I said, whew, it made me like didn't want to go back. It's like taking a break, a big vacation. Excuse me, because I don't know. Being single is comfortable for me when I'm just trying to build my company and get it going. I don't want to be the type of person that's in a relationship and can't do what I'm doing. I see that a lot of times. You can't get the time for yourself because you're losing time trying to build a relationship, build your brand, do this, do that, and now everything's collapsing because you don't have no time for yourself. I had to cut out time for myself, and to be honest with you, you got to cut out some. And if you want to go in the department with, you got to cut out some time in the sex department. Cut out some of that time. Cut out some of that time. That time and take it. Put all that love and all the loving into your business and building something substantial for yourself. Um, Next year I want to go back home. I want to go to back to Barbados and enjoy myself, man. I don't want to because it seems like out here it's a whole bunch of war and this and that going on. I don't want to be a part of none of that stuff. But what are you gay? What's your best time? What do you your best fantasies? Tell me about your. I want to learn something about your. Okay, you like the other side of the coin. You've been in a relationship. Yeah, I wouldn't say being in relationships all life was cool. It just took a lot of my time, man. It took a lot of my time. I've been in relationships for so long. My longest relationship, let me see, was 7 years, 6 years, 6.5 years was my. I guess you could say my longest was 6.5, and I don't know, man. Sometimes it could get overwhelming. I love being in a relationship. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. In these times, it's completely different. It's hard. I have trust issue problems, don't we all? But man, it gets to the point of I don't know. Just the other day, I seen Angela Yee. She was saying something about going on your first date is gonna like going to the theater. And in my past, I would have said nah, but in these times, yeah, I want to do something different. I don't want to just you know eat and have sex, eat and have sex, eat and have sex. Like what the hell? No, let's do something. Let's on our first date. Let's not come back home. Let's build our trust from day one. Like and we don't have to like just because we're sleeping together or we don't have to be in the same bed. We can go somewhere and spend some time with each other and come back the next day, and that's just our first build of trust. Let's do something. Let's start on a better note because just the eating and having sex. I call you tomorrow eating. I'm just not with it. That thing just I can't deal with it. Y'all gonna have me out here looking for a shorty? Nah. But usually when it comes down to like finding people, I don't do the dating apps. That thing is dating apps are dangerous. I knew a female, one of my close. Well, I won't say one of my friends. She was doing the dating app thing, and then this guy, crazy guy, I believe it was from Atlanta, killed her when she went down there to meet him. So some people are crazy on them dating apps. So I never really got into the dating apps. I kind of like, I'd rather meet you on social media and us get up than just jumping on the dating app. You can find a lot about a person on social media. You can see if they're lying and what they're saying or not. You can look these things up, before you can actually meet that person in the physical. So something like that would be cool. But I don't know. I'm not really pressed on dating right now. I'm not pressed on that. I'm just pressed on building my business and maybe investing into a few things. That's all. That's what it's really about for me. Um, just trying to find. I want to, and I also want to help a lot of people. I want to help people, man. If you want to build a brand, I would love to like grow with other people building their brands. Shouts out to Yoli. This is one of my supporters. I'm waiting on your package. Hopefully, it's coming today so I can show you guys. But she does like custom jewelry, and I wanted to support her brand so much, so I just picked out a few things that I liked, and I'm one by one in the week I'll match things up with it, and I'm gonna just show off her brand too. But she makes like custom jewelry, really really nice little bracelets. I wanna get one of those on. So I'm still waiting on your package, Yoli. If you're watching, I'm still waiting on the package. I ordered it. I'm still waiting. Hopefully this week. I just want to be around the community of people that if I turn this on and I come to speak to you guys can have some kind of answers for me too. You guys can ask me anything. Like I hope you guys don't think I'm lying that I'm not a Fenty. I'm a Fenty. You can look it up. Let me see. Okay, I find hanging around the hood stores. I find hanging around hood stores and all the time. Oh. Oh, you've been married 21 years? That's real. You gotta put me on, man. I'm be honest with you. If you got that old school love, you win. You got more. If you got an old school love, you got a better relationship than anybody you see in the industry. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, man. I yo I love to hear my peoples. They got. It's been 21 years. That's a beautiful thing. It's all about people can make it past a few years. 21. That's more than an accomplishment. That is more than an accomplishment. You build up something with somebody for that, and you might have to give me some tips. You say I didn't understand what you were saying. When you was walking with the store, you seen her by herself all the time. When you see a female by herself, you can always tell if a female is single or not. But damn, 21 years, congratulations to you. I love to see that. I love to see couples that really, it gives like a little blueprint. It says that it actually can work. Like deep down inside, I would rather be in a relationship. But the relationships that I see out there and the relationships that I possibly could get, I know it's gonna hold me back, me and my brand. But if I could find somebody that believes in me and sees the things for the way I see it, or not even just the way I see it, but just understands that my goals in life and I can grow with them, yeah, I would love to be in a relationship. It's too much nonsense going on out there to be with a whole bunch of different people. I'm just not with that type of stuff. I don't like sleeping around and doing a whole bunch of nonsense. Here and there you do get the stray eyes and you do have your feelings of thoughts of, damn, she looks good, I would love to, but you hold yourself back and you really say to yourself, is it worth it? And in my head, it's never usually worth it. I've been cheated on before and I've cheated on people before, but the older you get, you start to realize, like, nah, I don't even want to deal with that. If I want to do anything, it's going to be with my shorty. I'm not going to do everything with somebody else or somebody I don't know. People setting people up on the daily. You in there sleeping with her, and all of a sudden you get a knock at the door, and it's her husband or boyfriend that she never even told you about. It's scary out there. So I would rather be in a relationship and build something than just have just one night doing it just for one night. Oh, go up a couple of comments. Let me see. Hold on, I'm looking. I'm looking. Okay. He said I need to. Yeah, you know what though? You got a point though. Not too young, but I know what you mean when like a younger person. But I don't know. For me, I need somebody in their. I take somebody in their early 30s. I'm not. Look, I'm to be honest with you. I don't even like the and this is not, I'm just being honest with you. Like the whole 20, you can knock the 20s. I don't even know how Diddy and these guys want to date so young. That bothers me. Like I don't even understand. It's like it's not even at the same level of thinking. But females do mature faster than dudes, and I would say like from 30s, I can deal from 30s up, But I'm not really into the young chicks like that. I ain't really into the young chicks like that. You have to have that type of mentality. I'm not really into the young chicks like that. It's just I'm way past that, man. Well, what I would like though is somebody that could maybe, I don't know, maybe just doing their own thing, and we both just doing our thing and we can build together. Somebody I could trust, man. That's what it's about. Somebody beautiful. Look at y'all got me into thinking about this damn relationship. You see what y'all doing to me? You see what you're doing to me? I might have to go to Barbados and I'm gonna bring back a Bayesian. I'm gonna get a Bayesian girl. That's what I might have to do. I might have to go get a Bayesian girl. Go back home, St. Michael's, pick up a Bayesian girl and fly back out here with her. But let me tell you, even probably out in Barbados, they're probably dealing with the same social media. I can't tell you that they're not. I can't tell you that they're not. The whole world is so small now that social media come around. It's just make everybody see what everybody's doing, and everybody want to do the same things. I definitely, and if I definitely, you have to know how to dance a little bit. At least know how to whine, because we definitely gonna go out and we gonna be doing some dancing. I don't really want to. I'm not the type of just stay in the corner and just look cool. I wanna get sweaty with you. We gonna mop the dance floor together. I don't like that. We gonna have some good times. That's what it's about. If I jump into a relationship, I just automatically just want to jump into having our good times and just feeling each other out and just loving on each other. That's the best way to do it. Let me see. He said nerd. I'm not a nerd. Well, to make friends, they will. Yeah, you're right though. You're right. I seen that happen. I seen that happen. You bring him back from the States, that person ain't lying, and then somebody poisoned their head, like, oh, this is what's going on out there, and then they're like, yeah, and then they go, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. It's where it's here. It's America. You ain't even lying. It's America. It's the way that we condition the females to be. At damn, you ain't even lying. You can't even bring somebody back. Go to Punta Cana and bring somebody back, huh? You can't even bring somebody back, bro. That sucks. That really sucks. You ain't even lying. That's why chasing love and all that stuff, that thing, not only does that leave you with empty pockets, but it leaves you with a broken heart. And I'm not saying that just to, say it, man. I really mean that. It leaves you with a broken heart. Just dating the wrong people, wasting time on people that don't even care about you. That's one of the hardest things. It's kind of like you have to, once you jump start the car, then you get it going. But trying to get that car going is hell. Trying to find the right person that you can actually trust give a little bit of trust to from the beginning in these times. Yo, that's scary to me, y'all. That's very scary to me. That's very scary to me. Man, a lot of the relationships are based on, in these times it looks like looks and material stuff. And even though I have a few things that I can share and break down with you, I still want the relationship to be more than that. Like, if I'm gonna go a few years, especially we older now, we go a few years. That's it. That's like, come on now. I don't want to go up a 10 years with you and then to come to find out that you got somebody on the side that you was married to. That's just like crazy. I see a lot of weird stuff going on. You see? Where I'm from New York. I'm from Queens, New York. My family, but my family from Barbados. We all Bayesian, but I'm from Queens, New York, y'all. I'm from Queens, New York. QU, the Q. But I got family all over, bro. I got family like, Oh, talking about that, you know what reminds me, y'all? I have family in Brownsville too. In Brownsville, another shooting, man. Come on, y'all. Come on. We can't keep doing this in New York because they're gonna start throwing these. They throwing us away. I wish people would just get rid of all the guns and they go. See, that's one thing what people don't understand. And in my time coming up, the reason why people had a lot of fun is because it wasn't oversaturated and it didn't have social media. There's so many things that we didn't know about that we didn't have to know about. We was just enjoying ourselves as kids growing up and then experiencing new things. But in these times, being that social media shows you everything, it's kind of like you have these different rooms of different places where you can indulge in. Sometimes that's not the best way to, to live. We gotta, my time coming up, even relationships were different. You wanted to go a distance, you wanted to go a long time with your partner. You wanted to make it something that, not saying that you wanted it to be forever, but you wanted to, and these times it's kind of like people look over and they're like, oh, I want to date her next. It's like everybody's dating the same chick. I just couldn't deal, really couldn't deal. It's disgusting out there. It's very disgusting out there. I felt like, the people that have really good relationships, from what I see now, are people that they formulated that relationship outside of social media regardless. The relationship didn't come from social media. I don't know. I haven't really seen anybody do too much with social media when it comes to relationships that I can say it's a place to hook up. But you can't hook up with people because there's a lot of people that follow me I knew for years out, and I'm like, I would date her, but I just never say anything. But yeah, no fantasies. Maybe I should get some fantasies, but I don't. Mm-mm. When I was younger, you could say even the porn is not the same. Don't y'all get it? The porn is not the same. It's not even the same anymore. It's kind of like mm-mm. I need you to be in the physical. I need you in front of me. I need to touch you, hug you, love on you, in the physical. I can't just do it from behind the screen. I gotta feel you. Where y'all from? Put down bottom where y'all from. But no, I'm not gay, and I don't take offense to people asking questions because you guys are getting to know me just like I'm getting to know you. So I don't mind you asking any questions as long as I see that like this YouTube. If you put in any like curses or anything crazy in there, it takes it out for you. So try not to put in anything weird stuff. But I don't mind if you're trying to be funny or anything like that, or even if making fun of me. I don't mind as long as you don't put curses or anything in there. Then it won't go crazy. But if you wanna, you wanna go crazy and you wanna keep it at a clean rate, I don't mind. I don't knock people because you could wake up and you're just on your funny stuff. I'm not knocking you. Oh, Florida. I love Florida. Are you from Brooklyn? Oh, BK. I love Florida. I did the Miami thing. I did the Miami trips. I actually got fired from one of my jobs doing one of those Miami trips. But shouts out to Florida and Brooklyn together. So that's BK, Florida. I love Florida. And he's from BK. That's real. So, you still family. You still family. New York. What do y'all think about, like, New Yorkers moving to Atlanta? I hear everybody going to Atlanta, and then everybody's in Atlanta saying that, yo, it's nowhere to drive, and people. I'm like, man, I'd rather go to Florida than Atlanta. I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You guys will have to tell me. Florida seems more of. I know Miami can get crazy. You could get hurt in Miami, but Florida has some really great. The only thing when I went to Florida is just the weather. Sometimes it get a lot of rain, but it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. Like when I say I'm gonna go somewhere, what's a big influence of me moving to that place? Food. If they have some good food around there, let me see. Oh, you have kids. How many kids you have? Atlanta sucks. I know. I seen this person talk about Atlanta, like how when you move out there, people are breaking into your house, and as you get out there, it's hard to. I'm like, what? So what? I guess I don't know. It's very deceiving online, man. That's the scary. That's the scariness about it. That is the scariness about it. I've seen a lot of people. I hear a lot of good good saying on Texas. My little niece is out in Texas, and Texas is really a beautiful place, but it's so big. But even there is getting. I'm hearing people are going running to Texas, but I don't know. I don't know. But I know Atlanta, you could find yourself in some trouble, boy. And you know, people are running around there not being safe with the safe sex and everything. You know, you got to be very careful. Very, very careful, you guys. I don't know where I would move to. Do you guys tell me this? Because sometimes I get it confused. Like for me, I like the West Indian Day Parade and things like that. I like to go to places where they're like festivals and things where it's culture driven. But people move into these places where they don't know anybody around, and you find yourself you're the only one in that neighborhood. You got to check these places out to see if there's people like you in these areas. Don't just go for price all the time, or because on YouTube, because I see a lot of content creators like, I moved to Atlanta and it was the worst thing I ever did. And I'm like, wow, well, I thought Atlanta was. Then I know people are breaking into the houses. There's no parking. The traffic is crazy, and I think it's just a whole bunch of people moving down there to think that, you know, probably make it in the entertainment business or whatever. But sometimes that could be that ruins everything. Mm-mm. How many kids you got? Let me see. I know, I know. Y'all wouldn't want to move to New York? If y'all say no, I ain't mad at you, because the price is crazy. The prices are going up crazy. I don't even know if people stay out here, to be honest with you, y'all. The prices are going up crazy. It takes way more to live in New York than it did in the past. From, you know, I worked in Manhattan in the city, at two places. I worked for Channel 7, and I also worked in the Diamond District. And one thing that I knew when I worked for Channel 7, my salary I couldn't pay for an apartment in the city working for Channel 7. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford to drive my truck to the city and park, because if I did that, then my check would look like crumbs. My check would look like crumbs if I drove and parked in New York City while I was working and I had to pay for the parking monthly. If you know how much money that takes out of your check, how much money that, even with the tolls, you're not making anything. It's crazy. It's crazy. Even though it's a great city and you can make as much money, the thing about it is so expensive. And even if you're trying to get an apartment in Manhattan now, a little piece of corner will cost you so much money, almost 2,000 a month and better. That's how high things are. And where I'm staying right now, people charge people anywhere from that, you know, just for renting out an apartment. The prices are going higher and higher, and people can't sustain. People can't sustain. So if living in New York, it's cool, but you have to really have the money to sustain and live a good life. Because I'd rather live in a place where I can sustain myself, and I'm just used to being out here. But I'm pretty sure if I moved to somewhere else, it'll probably be an easier living. But this is what I know. You know, this is what I know. As crazy as it sounds, I think my next vacation is good. It's not gonna. I want to go to. Yeah, I'm going back to Barbados, man. I don't want to do the regular vacations anymore, because it's becoming to the point where it's damn near ridiculous. It's when you have to pay so much to live, just to live, it's ridiculous. The food, oh my goodness, you guys, y'all ain't telling me nothing. Y'all ain't telling me nothing. The food raised in the price. Oh my goodness. I don't even eat a lot of fast food like that anymore. I eat a lot of West Indian food and, you know, like jerk chicken and things like that. But even that's going up sky high. It's hard to live out here, man. I don't know what the hell is going on, y'all. I'm just hoping it comes a time where more money is being provided in all these places so we can start spending more and build the economy, because I got to pinch and pinch and pinch and pinch. I got to pinch and pinch, especially building a brand. If you have a clothing brand, if you knew how hard it was, you'd be like, wow, I can't believe it. It's not just like make and sell, make and sell. You gotta pay so many little different things just to promote and get yourself out there and take pitch. All these things cost money, so I like to take it step by step. You know, sometimes I get the lucky sprouts of ding 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 ding, and people start buying, but it's just really, to be honest with you, it's never enough. It's never enough to if you want to keep building your company. So living in New York, yeah, it's tough. It's tough, you guys. It's tough. I wouldn't even lie to you guys. It's tough. Are you smoking now? Am I smoking now? No, I'm gonna be smoking after. You talking about a tree? I'm gonna smoke a little something after probably. I got a little something. What's the? I don't even know if I have the pack. It's out there, the pack that I have. But yeah, I'm doing a little smoking after the live is up. I don't really smoke on live. I ain't really with it. Especially now on YouTube, man. It's so hard for you to get just a little couple few eyes on you. Just to get a few eyes on you is so hard now on YouTube because they're in control of the algorithm where they want to put things. That's why with my animations, usually they pick up like on a later note. Like one day I'll just wake up and my animation is moving because somebody found it, sent it to somebody, and it just automatically on itself. But if I left it up to YouTube to get my animations going, like the animations you see up there, even though mine might look a little better or you might feel it's a little better story, it's not the same. YouTube controls the algorithm, so they kind of have a way in of where they want to put stuff. So when you see people like I don't want to call people's names out, but when you see certain content creators always popping up on the recommended, because YouTube championed those people. But I don't knock people because hey, it's always good to be championed. I can't knock it. What can I say? But my animations, that's why I like to let them grow. People find them and they relate. Let me see what you were saying. Hold on. Oh, let me see. They have gun shows, car shows, farmland, and live. You know, that's really that's the truth. Not Florida. They said they have gun shows and wow. Are you serious? Wow. See, it's scary, man. It is scary, y'all. I don't know. Nowadays, you gotta be comfortable where you at and where you at, build up around your community and try to help people that have the same likes as you. You know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Because if this, sir, you know, I feel some days I feel like no, families should protect themselves and they should. But being that we're from New York, we're not allowed to have a whole bunch of weapons, and it's just the different rules. But I feel like families should protect themselves because I see a lot of criminals out there just taking advantage of people that not even doing crime. They just pushing themselves upon people and just taking from people. So it's going to come to a point where you're going to see a lot of good people protecting themselves, you know, regardless of if it's legal or illegal. But being around the whole guns I like the gun. I never ever been to a gun show. That's so crazy. I never been to a gun show. That's one thing I would love to do. I never been to a gun show, but that's a good date within itself. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. A car show is dope. Car shows are dope. I like cars, but I'm not into cars. I like cars, but I'm not into cars. I really for this channel, I really want to take you guys on a. I'm gonna start showing you guys some different things that helped me out along the way. I was before I came on here with the live, like a couple back. I was stressed out, man, taking everything in and everything that I see online, the things that I felt like it just affected me, man. I just didn't like to see people getting hurt every day. So could you imagine? Like at first, it used to really bother me with seeing people like kill people online and just shooting them down, and then that post up because I feel like yo, the kids are gonna see that, this and that. And then after a while, I started getting desensitized from it. And then after a while, it started bringing out a different emotion on me. Like I don't know, it was very weird. I found myself in a place where I had to like blank all that stuff out for a minute because after like seeing a couple, like say after 30, 40 rappers you see get killed, you start to think like, wait, hold on, this is deeper than I thought it was. This is not gonna stop happening. So I have to find some way that when I intake that stuff that I could push it out in a way where it doesn't affect me if y'all can understand what I'm saying. because that thing was, it was sitting on your head. People always hurt people and hurting people, and nah, man. To the point where my anxiety at a point had me so emotional. As a man, I'm like, I'm kicking it the facts, you guys. Even if I watch something as small as like a America's Got Talent, like I'll be boiling crying. That's weird. Anxiety takes your emotions to a different point. Like to see somebody achieve something and I'm happy for them, just watching them, I'll be emotionally crying heavier than a regular person because I feel so much joy inside because I was emotionally like attached to stuff that, so when I see something good happening, it just make me just like cry like, oh my goodness, there's still people out there like that. You know, anxiety is a trippy thing. Let me tell you, people like to talk about anxiety, about the fears of it, but it all, anxiety makes you tap into your emotional point in yourself. You start like, if you care too much. If you, or you don't care at all. It's like one of those things. And I was just like, damn, I'm actually here sitting here crying because this person won. Am I supposed to be crying right now because this person won? No, I'm just happy. And that little piece of inspiration right there made me feel like, wow, there's still other people, good people in the world. And that's the reason why, like now, if I find myself in a place where I feel like sad or something like that, I will pop on something like America's Got Talent, or somebody out there like helping somebody in the street or surprising somebody with some money and giving them that. And that makes me feel so good inside. It made me feel like, nah, I'm gonna do that. And then, you know, it's like a chain reaction. It takes my emotion to a different place instead of me being angry. Because the anger and that type of emotion, it stresses your body and it pulls everything out of you, and eventually you end up hurting yourself, whether it's physically or it's mentally. You end up hurting yourself because you're taking on all that and it's stressing you out. You can't see any way else. But if you could see something and put some good in it, or just know that there's other people out there that's doing something good for another person, man, that's the best feeling in the world. I think it, I'm not saying it's better than sex, but it definitely matches it. It definitely ties it on the best feelings in the world. Like, you know, helping somebody out, surprising somebody with something they didn't expect and something that they really needed in their life that you might have had to help them or went and got to help them. Those are the great feelings. So when I get too emotional, that's what I mean. Like I get too emotional over things that when I see good people get taken advantage of and things like that. I just feel like, man, like it made me feel like evil is winning. I don't ever like to feel like that because then it's like no purpose. It takes away the purpose of why we're here, why we all here, and why we communicate the way we do. War is not everything. War is something. It's something. If you're fighting for the right thing, but if you're fighting is not the end all be all, and that's just like a, it's just a tear in there. There's also something called coming together, and that's one of the biggest things the world has never yet accomplished, where the whole world comes together to make it a better place. No, it's like little places here and there that's doing it separately, but when everybody's coming together, that's going to be the strongest. And the only reason that's the reason why we can't come together is because of money and things like that, and greed and things like that that make people, you know, look past the similarities and just stare at the things that's in front of them. It's no good. You can't live like that. Sometimes I get so emotional on just the slightest little things. That's how I know, you know, that anxiety in me is still there, but I just know how to control it a little better than I used to. Because at first I didn't even know what the hell it was. I thought it was a heart attack. My brother had an asthma attack one time. He ended up in the hospital, and I almost passed out right here, right behind where I was standing, just standing. I almost passed out. I felt like I was going to pass out, but I didn't. And I got myself together, went to the hospital and everything. And from that point on, like my anxiety was so heavy on me. Like I don't know, that thing I was in the box, yo. You picture yourself just everywhere you go, there's a box around you. You can't really hear as loud. You're not seeing things for what it is. I had to break out of that stuff, you guys. I've been stressed for a while. I don't even know why I got into that to tell you guys that, but I'm just telling you the truth. Let me see. You gotta build your own bubble. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's so true. It's so true. You ain't even lying. You do gotta build your own bubble. Yeah, man. That's why, you know, I thought to myself, like, how am I gonna find some people that's gonna connect with me? If I, every day you hear people on YouTube, you see a lot of people. They're out there, and people are trying to. What I did was one day, like I went to a live and I scrolled up, and I just seen so many different people talking about so many different things. I'm like, why don't they highlight these people? What's wrong with them? They don't have like the biggest of channels and this and that, and I get it because everybody wants that popular side, but when you have these little huddle up of people, you have the best conversations, you have the best vibes with people, get to know where people are from, like, and get to know why they think the way they do. I love that. That's what keeps me going every day. Instead of pointing the finger all the time. The only thing that y'all see me bug out on is the whole Diddy, because just taking advantage of people, I just couldn't see in my heart. When somebody's presented in front of you and you think they're this one type of person, and then they turn out to be somebody else, it's almost like a magic trick gone bad. It's like, man, like I thought you was this person. I didn't know you was like that. If I knew you was like that, I wouldn't even have ever, it's sad. And not saying that we don't all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, but sometimes the mistake is so big that it coincides with your character, and you start looking like somebody that nobody wants to be around, and it's sad. You could say I was in a few videos. I was in one of the making the band videos. The first video they ever dropped, I was in there, but I didn't have dreads. You guys could go check it out. It was me and my brother. We was in the dugout section when they was playing baseball. You could see us, and you won't miss us. I believe it was like one of us was wearing blue and white. If you look at the face and you look back, you be like, oh, he was right there. I see him. We was right in the dugout. I believe when Freddie was swinging the bat. So that was a cool experience, and I didn't see anything weird, going on with Diddy in there or anything. But you never know what happens behind closed doors. You never know. The only person I can say that is themselves that I see now is Dave. When I met Dave Chappelle, I was on the Dave Chappelle show with on the Real World skit. It was me, Dave Chappelle. I'm saying it like I was with him. It was Eddie Eddie Murphy's brother, rest in peace, Charlie Murphy, Ashy Larry. It was a whole bunch of us there, and I remember asking Dave Chappelle, "Do you smoke?" And he was just like, "No." He said something like, "No," and I was just like, "Oh wow," that was just because I was so caught up with the Half Baked. That's one of my favorite movies from him. So I'm thinking like, "Oh, we gonna all smoke together," but he didn't smoke with us. We was just going over some hip hop, and he was telling us something like, how we liked he was talking about like Talib Kweli and somebody else. We just had a big conversation on some hip hop, and that was the day. It was a cool. He's a very cool dude. Dave is the type of person. He's a down to earth person, and I love to see that in celebrities. Just when you think they're not gonna walk up to you or not, when you catch a celebrity in the right place. Well, we was in the place of work because I was actually working, but at the end of the day, I realized that he's that person. He's that guy. Like you can talk to him. He's not like acting like he's somebody else. And that had a great time over there with that show and just experiencing that little piece of celebrity, and how you can treat people is how people keep that long lasting impression on you. So I know he's a good person. So when I see him take off and go into his what God sent him out here to do, I knew that he was a good person and he deserved it. But then I don't know. I think he does smoke though. I think he was just saying that because he didn't want to smoke with us. Because I think after that, well, nah, I can't say I've seen him smoke weed. Cigarettes probably, but I never really seen him smoke weed. So yeah, that was cool. Dave is a cool dude. Rest in peace to Charlie Murphy. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna play that on later on. Put that on. That was a good experience. Let me see what y'all talking about. Yeah, let me hear the joke. You wanna crack the joke? Drop the joke. Drop the joke. Today is gonna be. I'm gonna do a lot of designing today because I already finished up the animation. That took me so long. I didn't want to jump into another one. I'm just gonna be promoting that one. But today I'm just gonna be working on some new designs, and I'm trying to get some new pieces. Just looking into new things, and sometimes I go on YouTube and I just watch different fashion creators and stylists, and Shouts out to Dev Moore. If you go to his channel, that's one of my favorite channels to watch. He always captures people in their cities and asks them what they're wearing. He's the best, Dev Moore. So he always responds back. He's a really cool guy. One of these days, I would really love to get on his show. I'll have to catch him going out into the city, wearing, putting on some drip, and I'll go out there, catch Dev out there. So shouts out to Dev Moore. I believe his name is, yeah, Dev Moore. Dev Moore. What's the joke? I'm waiting for the joke. Let me see the joke. What's the joke, me? Want to hear my joke? Yeah, I want to hear your joke. Are you still there? I want to hear the joke. Y'all had me talking about relationships. I can't believe y'all got me talking about everything, huh? We was talking about everything. I might, y'all gonna have me come back on here a little later on. You know, you know, I got a question for you guys. Why do y'all think there's so many people that's rich and unhappy? Why are they so rich and unhappy? If they can buy the things that, if you know, if they could buy things, why are they so unhappy? I think happiness, well, I know happiness comes from how your intake and how you look at other people, how the people around you treat you, how you love people, how you expect to be loved. Those all of those things mean a lot. Some people think love is just sex, and you can't knock them. Sex is a part of it, but it ain't all of it. Love is as deep as you know, in that no matter what happens, what you lose, what you gain, the people around you, you're always going to be there for them. And no matter what it is, you're always willing to put this down or put that down to help them out or even be there for them in times of need. Love is something that you can't pay for. It's priceless. So people with money, the reason why you see rich people unhappy is because they're trying to find themselves being with this newfound fame of being rich, and they're losing people in the same time because these are people that probably they don't want around them, and it comes to the point where that when you really look around, some people look around and nobody's there, just a bunch of yes men and yes people that don't really love them, and that can put you in an unhappy space. I can see that. But what I could also see is if you build yourself as a person and you love and let love, people around you don't want to treat you any different. They don't want to bring that in your circle, but it's how you, whatever you put out there is how people want to, That's why you should never ever put that money in front of the things God set aside for you to do or be great at. Because then people are just counting everything, all your blessings on the money you got. And that never made sense to me. I think I have more value and more meaning to myself than just a few dollars or a certain dollar amount that makes me say, okay, now he's great because he has $1 million. No, I've been great because I had this idea. I had this sense of thinking. This way of thinking helped out so many people and help people get inspired by other things to make them go on with their life. I think that's the true blessings and true achievements that make you who you are. But in these times on YouTube talking like that, they feel like, oh, he broke. But I'm not broke. I'm just building. And I'm not rich either. Far from rich. Just trying to build. Just trying to build. Trying to get the brain going. That's it. And it's not to when I do get the more money, I don't pop the champagne. I don't really do a lot of celebrating. Even when my birthday pops up, I'm a Virgo, y'all. So my birthday's in September. Even when my birthday pops up, I don't really like the over celebration of me. Because I still always feel like I have a lot more to do. Why are we stopping to celebrate? I'm still headed towards the finish line. That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. It's not humble, it's just having a different type of understanding. That just helps me grow. It helps me become a stronger person. I didn't want to get on here every day and just show that bad energy, but sometimes I just feel a certain way. I just go off of the way I feel and what I see, what's going on, and and it gets me upset. Sometimes it gets me really upset. Like they didn't catch the person that sexually abused that 13-year-old girl, but she's still there and she's still hurt and she still has to go on in life and still make it to that next day. And people go on with their life, and I feel for her, and I'm still there with her. I'm still there with her. She don't know me, but I'm still there with her because I'm still thinking about her. Like, damn, how does she feel? How's she going through it? People just go on with their life to the next story, and these stories and these situations last forever in these people's hearts. When she grows up now, she might never learn. She might never even want to trust another guy or another female, whoever her partner may be. She might not even have formed that trust. She might give herself to the wrong person because of these situations and somebody took advantage of her. And these are the things people don't see. So what are we going to label her crazy when she gets at her older age? She's not going to be crazy. It's just what she's been through and how she's dealing with it is what led her to that point. So if we could fix these little issues and these problems, excuse me, pardon me for saying little issues. Sexual abuse is not a little issue. I'm so sorry for saying that. But these issues with this sexual abuse and doing that to people, if we fix this in the early and guard the youth from it, we'll have a better and a brighter future than having the youth coming up traumatized and they have to build and sustain their lives through trauma. That's not the way to live. I lived through trauma, but do I want the next person to live through trauma or my next door neighbor? No, because they might not. Living through trauma, you don't always make the best decisions. You might just make the decisions that's best for you, the best for you. Sometimes you got to put yourself in the other person's shoes and look through the other person's lens to understand, is this really all worth it? Is it all worth it? The things that's worth it to me and to my heart are the things that half of the money can't buy and some of the money could buy, like my fashion, my brand. Yeah, it takes money to build that. But the other stuff like love, commitmentship, my morals, those are things that I'm just so happy that I'm good in that department. Because it don't matter who I come encounter with or what relationship I'm in, I'm always going to love them and they're going to get the same love from me that I have to give them. I'm not going to give them a different side of me or a different me because I'm only who I am. That's why relationships are so scary for good people. People are scared to jump into relationships. Who's to say that when you jump in a relationship, they don't strip you from all your dreams that you ever had because you're going through this back and forth with that person? No. That's why for me, a friendship has to blossom before I even jump into a relationship. We have to find this bond of friendship where we tight, but we could take it beyond. And we know that, and we just teasing the fact, and then we just jump into it. Usually that's the best way of going about it. Just pacing yourself, and then that relationship, that bond will happen. So many people in entertainment, you guys, they don't have it easy as well. I'm hearing a lot of break-ins in there. People are doing a lot of stealing. Everybody. It seems like everybody with money that's on social media showing themselves in a certain way is a target because people are after them for what they have. But you understand when you take something from somebody else, what they're gonna take it from you. It's a cycle. I don't want to put myself in start like champion the things that I can't afford, the things that you don't want to do that. The things that you don't know, wait till you get to that point then to say if you want that or not. Don't start saying you want this, you want that, and you haven't accomplished the things it takes to make it or get to that point. But yeah, man, so this is Monday. We're gonna kick off this Monday like this. I don't know. Y'all want me to stay in here a little longer with y'all? Where y'all at work right now? After this, I gotta do some designs. And somebody was right though. I'm ready to roll up though. So y'all should never remind me of that, man. I'll be ready to go. Clear my mind. Oh, this is a new piece. I'm wearing some vintage denim right now. Some vintage denim with. This is like, you know. It's like the Peacemaker shirt, right? This is my Peacemaker design. I so love they got the Z's right here for the dreams, and they got the bow tie, and you're in the place of peace. That's the reason why I did that. Look at the back. That's the Dr. Dreams. So yeah, I like to do things like that. It's very a peaceful hoodie, and it just shows you. I have it all in different colors. I think I want to get the black one. This is the navy blue. And we got more shipments coming in. I'm waiting for my supporter Yoli. I'm waiting for your package so I can show all these beautiful people out here what you do with your jewelry. And they're a good price. They're a very good price. She has them at a great price. And you guys got to pick it up. I'm going to, I can't wait for it. Hopefully the package comes today. So if it does come today, I will definitely jump on tomorrow's live and show you guys so we can promote her brand and get it going. Because she has what is it? It's a Etsy website, and she has a few pieces up there, and she's gonna keep growing. She has a lot of new things coming, trust me, and they're really nice. They're really little things you can put on and give yourself some good energy, pick yourself up. That's all it's about. So yeah. In a minute, y'all gonna make me go outside. Let me see something. Hold on. Let me see what's going on online. Oh, we got yeah, on the wake up. Let me see. I still ain't hear the joke. He probably left, but I love you guys, man. I'm gonna get it with y'all tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all check out the website. You see the logo in the back over there. Y'all make sure y'all check out the site. I'm gonna leave the link down below. I love you guys. You know, if you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now so y'all won't miss out on the next one. I got a little surprise coming up for next time. I'll show you some joints. Salute to my chat. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow if you're lucky. If not, Wednesday. Love you. Keep the good energy out there. Don't harm nobody, and you keep that love in your heart, and it'll be attracted to you like a magnifying. It'll be right there. I'm gonna send out the love to you. You know, I got that tattoo. I've been had that tattoo. I'm tatted up. Let me see if look. I don't think you can see it though. It's this. I'm tatted all over. I got some weird tats. But I love you guys, and I'll see you guys Wednesday, all right?